Hi again, everyone. We're back with a yet another episode of Dungeons and Madmen for the third week in a row. We're committed to it. Um, I'm gonna stop talking, and we'll just get right into it.
Jump right in.
Yeah, we'll just jump right in. Okay, so we left off, and a mysterious bald man in a tuxedo, told you all that the headmaster wants to meet with you. How do you kind of react to the carnage that just occurred, and then this strange man? What do you do?
I'm dumbfounded, and I just am at this point willing to go into the office because I feel pretty bad about what just transpired.
Okay, sure.
Personally, Flim Flam's been waiting for his chance at fame. He knows the headmaster saw what was up. He's not even a paid worker here, but he's getting a promotion.
Oh yeah, totally. Global?
Global, I'm pretty sure Global, as well as Melody and Flim Flam, all feel weaker after that battle, and they're going to be a little bit weaker for the entire rest of the campaign.
Yeah, that battle really wore you out.
Yeah.
Absolutely demolishing.
You can feel that your ability to dodge has been decreased.
That's rough.
Darn.
But besides that, he's just a little surprised.
So are you all going with this bald man?
Yes.
Of course.
I'm gonna go in.
Great. He kind of left and is waiting in the hallway for you. And you open the door and you see the man in the tuxedo, except it's not the same man. He's completely different now. He's wearing the same tuxedo, but his face is not bald. He has a long head of hair and like a handlebar mustache. And he's like, all right, you kids ready to go to the headmaster?
That's
said, you kids,
kawaii.
Are you ready to go to the headmaster?
Global looks inquisitively at Flim Flam and Melody, seeing what move they might make.
Flim Flam's still looking into the distance, really just self-assured, nodding.
Melody rolls her eyes and she's like, whatever. Yes.
All right, I'll take that as a yes. And then he starts walking, and you guys follow him. And he's leading you through the school. And he turns a corner, and then you guys turn a corner, and you see the same tux, except the man is completely different again. This time he is a ginger, and he has spiky hair and a bunch of freckles all over. And he's like, it's not too far now. We should be there pretty soon. And then he leads you guys outside, and he leads you to a lake. And he goes, it's right here. And he claps 3 times and does like a farting noise with his armpit. And
of course.
The lake, you see the water start to ripple, and the lake just parts. And there is a staircase right where the lake has parted. And he walks down, and you guys follow him. And you walk into this like huge it looks like a forest. There's a bunch of trees everywhere, and there's bookcases between all this like foliage and all these trees. And there's like chairs and tables for like sitting and placing things on. And it just seems like a big office with a bunch of like, it looks like a jungle ecosystem with a bunch of bookcases, and standing in the middle of it is Toppy Hoffer.
The Toppy Hoffer?
The Toppy Hoffer Trump.
No.
The headmaster of the school. And he sees you walk in. And he first greets the man in the tux, and he goes, Alex, thank you for leading them here. And Alex goes, yeah, no problem. Mr. Toppy Hoffer that's my job. And Toppy Hoffer goes, I hope my my helper Alex Applegate didn't alarm you here. I don't know if he told you before he led you, but he is a shapeshifter. So if your eyes leave him, he can change form into anything, really. So I apologize if that alarmed you. I did not mean for this to be an alarming type of thing.
I'd like to cut him off right there and just go in for a high five.
he was not expecting this, so you just go in and you you just hit his face.
That works.
And he goes, "Oh, okay. Did I offend you? I'm very sorry. Did
I just look into the distance and nod at him, give him a sly little wink.
Did you give
And
him
step
a sly
back.
little wink, or did you just wink into the distance?
I gave him, that was point at him, and I go back to staring at the distance as I walk back to where I came from.
Bold.
He goes, "Oh, okay. Well, I have a matter that I want to discuss with you all. There's been some strange happenings around the school lately. Are you all familiar with class energy or class auras?"
No.
Okay, that's what I figured.
Is that anything like the glowing lights you see after hanging out in the special gardens too long?
No. Are you? What kind of? We'll address that later.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Class energy is the thing that our foundation at this school is built out of. Some of us, when we are born, are given what we call class energy. When we die, our energy is sucked up into the planet, and that energy is therefore passed down into our future generations. And that energy allows us to take on the talents and skills of our forefathers and foremothers. So if long ago there was, say, a great and powerful wizard, and he had a child, his energy would be passed onto that child when the child is born. And then that child would have a natural aptitude towards everything magical and having to do with the wizard class. Well, then, when that child has another child, the father's energy and that child's energy will be passed on to that new wizard, and the line continues on and on and on. This not only works for a wizard, it works for all the classes we have here at the school. You can pass on roguish traits or knightish traits or any trait that your parent has. The problem is that this energy only goes to one of the children in a generation. So if a pair of parents have many children, only one of them will get that energy from their forefathers. This is making it increasingly rare to find anyone with this natural aptitude for magical combat or healing or whatever they may be proficient in. Therefore, those that do acquire those skills are welcomed here, where we can hone that energy and make them into what they are quite literally born to be. On top of that, there also exists some unique strains of energy that are not regularly seen. For example, if someone with a wizard aura and someone with a barbarian's aura come together and get it on, if you know what I'm talking about, then the child that they...
Oh, I get it.
Yeah,
Okay.
The child
Wolverine says vomits.
Oh my, Alex, get him...
just kind of watch him.
Get him a wet wipe, please. So I was saying, that kind of unique...
Oh, okay, no. I didn't get it. I get it now.
We're good? Are you following?
Yeah, carry on.
Okay, so that kind of unique aura is quite a rarity these days, and you'd be lucky to find a single unique class in a group of 1,000 students. That brings me to you three. You see, I have a device that can read a person's energy and tell me what class they possess, if they have any class at all. Toppyhofer, then he pulls out a big old box, and he opens it, undoes a latch, and he opens the box, and a bunch of shards of glass fly out of the box, and they're just floating in the air for a second, and then they all like a puzzle, they all just go together and form a mirror, and there's this floating mirror right in front of you. And then the mirror kind of starts to have like a ripple effect, like a water drop falling on other water, and it ripples across. And then an image appears in the mirror, and you see a floor plan of what you can kind of recognize to be the school you're in.
Ooh.
And you can see the different buildings and the different, like, you see the combat gym, you see the lake and the floor plan for the office you're in now. And then you also see a bunch of little, like, blips on the map. There's a bunch of them. And there's different looking, like, wavelengths for every blip. You know when, like, you put audio in, like, a system and there's different, it measures out the wavelengths. There's, like, that next to everyone's names.
Whoa.
But when you look at it kind of closer, you can see that a lot of these wavelengths repeat. And there are a lot of, like, the same looking wavelengths on these little blips. And then Tapioffer goes, a person's energy gives off a unique wavelength, and I can use this device to read each of them and discern what class they are. For example, this is one of our students. His name is Piccadilly Bowling Ball, and he is a barbarian.
I know him.
Oh, do you? He is...
No, I was whispering that to don't listen.
Sorry, He's a barbarian, and as you can see, there are many other wavelengths that match these. There are many other barbarians, and all those barbarians will have the same wavelength as Piccadilly. Are you following all of this?
Yeah.
So, okay.
So what are we?
I'm getting to that one. Now, here is us, and he zooms in on the room you're in. And you can see 5 little blips with little wavelengths next to them. Here are you 3. Now,
That's us.
That is you, yes. Now, here's where the strange thing comes in. Each of your wavelengths are the same, and they are all wavelengths that I have never seen before. That would mean that each of you has a unique wavelength, which, like I mentioned, is very rare, but the fact that all 3 of you have the same unique wavelength is nearly impossible.
It's like a race thing.
Yes. What's even more strange is that you all had a different wavelength when you entered this school. We screen every student and employee when they first enroll at the school to see what their wavelength is, and yours, I'm afraid, were all quite normal. That means that you 3 have all changed wavelengths very recently to something that has never, ever been observed before. Can any of you explain this? Is something going on?
Whoa.
When did these wavelengths change, Mr.
That's it. I agree with the
Robert?
little man.
I checked the map earlier today, and I noticed that all 3 of your wavelengths were different when you were all in detention.
Mr. Hopper, can I call you the Big Top?
Sure.
Oh, okay, Big Top. So what you're saying, correct me if I'm wrong. You're saying we took these new wavelengths, and to quote you, we then got it on us.
Global recess vomits.
Oh, jeez, get him. Do you want an ibuprofen? Just get him more wet wipes.
He's getting it out. It's fine.
What are you saying, Flim Flam?
So, like, there were, and now, yeah.
You all had different wavelengths when you entered.
And that's the
this
race
school.
thing.
Yes, it is a class thing. It doesn't. A dwarf could be a wizard or a barbarian. It doesn't necessarily matter what race they are.
Okay, I still don't know.
And
what
we
race
don't
is,
fit any of this.
No,
We're
you
not related to each other.
not as far as I know, and you don't fit any class that I've ever seen before.
Now what?
That's what I'm wondering. Now what? What is?
Melody runs up the staircase and out of the lake room. She's pretty upset.
Does it have to do with what classes we sign up for?
Tapioffer goes, do you need me to explain the The things again. The things again.
I think that if you just tell me what classes to apply for, I will be fine.
Okay, listen. We're talking about different types of Okay, listen, Flim Flam, look at me. Look at me. You're looking off. You're looking off at the trees. I need you to look in my eyes, okay? Okay?
Oh, Big Top, I see you.
All right?
No, I see you.
All right. The classes you sign up for have nothing to do with the class you are born with, okay?
Okay.
Are we on the same page here?
Okay, so like how if you have
Cut to 6 hours later.
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
So do you get it now?
I got it. Okay.
You got it?
Basically, the little squiggles represent different things that we use to whack people with, and those are classes, but not like sign up for classes. Like how we're gonna hit people classes.
Good enough. Let's get Global and Melody back in here. See if they've calmed down a little bit.
Don't worry, Alex.
After having talked out what made her so upset and going to get dinner and returning to our homes and feeling a call back to Toppy Hoffer.
Alex Applegate comes and gets you both.
The two return to the underlay dwelling.
Perfect timing. Thank you. Oh, you too. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, if you could just collect your friend Flim Flam here and please never let him speak to me again. Another strange thing that we've observed is not actually in our school. It's actually just outside of it in the village of Koftenmeyer. Then the little floor plan on the mirror zooms out and it travels to another floor plan, which is in like a decently sized town. There's a bunch of little blips in this town with a bunch of wavelengths. And then he goes right here and he zooms into a seemingly abandoned building, except for one big blip with a wavelength. And he goes, this is the same wavelength as the one you three have. And it just appeared out of nowhere in this town, coincidentally near us. I want all three of you to go to this town to see what this strange wavelength is and how it may react to you and how we might get to the bottom of this, because this has never happened before. And I'm immortal. I don't know if you knew that. I cannot die, and I've never seen this ever.
Oh.
Yes. That doesn't usually happen.
That's
someone will clarify this for you?
What was that?
So like the stone will clarify what's going on? Or just react differently?
What stone?
What stone?
Stone.
Did you say there was a stone?
You're making up your own quest, Gabs.
Yeah. Different quest. Cut to 6 hours later. So do you understand no stone?
Maurice has fallen asleep.
I think I got it. We're going to get out there, find that wavelength, and get it on with the quest.
Yes.
Maurice has vomits in his sleep.
However, I don't want to send you headfirst into what might be a dangerous situation. So I've devised a little test for you all to see if you are equipped to go on this adventure.
No.
Global Recess awakens.
Oh, no.
To go on this adventure, you must earn the trust of one of my top advisors named the Taskmaster. And
that's a tough name.
I didn't choose it. The Taskmaster chose it. If you think I'm taking up with the Taskmaster.
I don't like the Taskmaster.
Global Recess, not Global Recess. Toppy Hoffer claps, and the floor opens up, and out of it arises the Taskmaster, who's played by our own Julia Murphy.
Oh,
Hi, Julia.
It is I, the Taskmaster.
And what does the Taskmaster look like, Julia?
Long nose.
Okay, great. Is that the only thing?
Yes.
Completely plain face,
Balding
except for the
head.
long nose.
Not a completely bald head, but it is a balding head.
Okay, so there's still
And
some
green.
hair.
The Taskmaster is like a goblin, but no one really knows if the Taskmaster is the goblin or not.
There's only one
The
goblin.
goblin? That's canon now. There's a single goblin.
And no one knows if it's this person or if it's
No
someone
one
else.
really knows if it's the Taskmaster or not, but they're still searching for that mythical goblin.
Got a feeling.
Oh my god.
So Toppy Hoffer goes, you will face a couple of tests, and the Taskmaster will be presiding over these. And we might, I don't know, add some fun twists while you're doing it. Who knows? It's going to be a fun time. I'm not going to help you guys. You guys are going to go and do this on your own, using your own wit and imagine.
But Big Top, I don't want to take tests.
Melody hits Flim Flam in the face and tells him to shut up.
That works.
With that, I think it's time to go. And a door in the wall opens up, and you guys step through.
There's so many secret passages in here.
I know. Every single inch of my office is a secret passageway. Open up any surface to a secret passage. And when you guys step through the door, you arrive in a large room. It's a long corridor, and there's a door at the other end. And you hear an intercom come on, and you hear the Taskmaster, and she says,
Hello?
Hi.
Get to the
Hello.
other side of the room.
Oh.
Okay.
I just kind of looked at the other two.
I dare you. Should I
Dare
tell them
taken.
what's...
Global says you didn't have to dare us. We were gonna do it anyway, Taskmaster.
Melody sprints to the other side of the room.
right, before you can get there, once you get like kind of almost halfway through, the floor falls out. And there's just a big 15-foot gap in the middle of the room.
Lol,
What do you do?
pranked on you guys.
Good one, Taskmaster.
Man, the
All right.
Taskmaster's kind of rude.
Melody yells rice cake and summons lamb chop. Is off in the fall.
You don't fall, you just stop right before it.
Wait, you only yell rice cake? I thought you yelled different things for different animals.
Yeah, what the heck?
Oh yeah, can they be different snack foods?
Sure, they just have to be different.
Okay. Jesus for lamb chop.
So Taskmaster will explain the rules.
Okay.
Oh, that helps.
Melody just jumped the gun.
You can
Died.
see there's a hole in the floor. And your task is to get to the other side of the room.
Wait,
But
that wasn't even hidden. She just ran anyway.
But the twist is you have a few objects. One, beef. Two, cinder block. And a sponge, a helmet, a doll, and a 10 by 10 foot metal slab.
Or a
And-
15-foot gap.
Yes.
How big is this hole again?
How big is
15
my
feet
stick?
long.
How deep?
You
can't see the bottom.
you can use these objects to get across, and you can use all of them or none of them. You just have to get to the other side.
Taskmaster,
Yes.
is the doll, like, possessed?
I'm not telling.
Wait.
Hmm.
Okay, wait. Can we? So it's a.
I'm sending it
Okay, great.
to you through my brain to your brains.
Alright,
Oh.
Telepathically.
Oh, my brain.
got it.
Holy cow.
Having seen Melody's sheep grab her as she started falling off the ledge, Global Recess comes to the aid of the sheep and pulls its leg back so that Melody doesn't die after foolishly, haphazardly running off the ledge into a bottomless cliff.
Whoa.
Melody thanks Global Recess and tells everyone to huddle up because she knows she's a taskmaster.
The team acknowledges Melody's leadership skills and does indeed huddle up.
Go Melody.
Does indeed huddle up. All right, so what's the game plan?
What should we do, guys?
All right, I'm thinking we use the beef to summon a big enough bird that can fly us over this hole.
Okay, I'm hearing you, but A, birds don't eat beef, and 2,
Hawks
you
eat
can
beef.
summon a bird anyway. You don't need beef.
How is a bird gonna get in there, Gabs?
Magic.
All right, Global Recess takes charge because he acknowledges that Melody is trying her best, but cannot fulfill the task needed by her.
Damn.
Global Recess wants to do some quick mental math to see that to be able to tell if the 10 by 10 foot metal square will be able to reach across the entire length of the 15-foot gap if he does it diagonally.
Okay, can you do a perception check for me?
What's that? D20?
D20 plus wisdom, which is 0 for you.
This man's like 2 feet tall. How's he gonna lift a 10 by 10 metal slab?
We'll get to that.
18.
Yeah, it won't work. You can see that. You can see that would be a futile effort, and that it would not.
Drat says Global.
Drat. Oh no. Aw, beans.
As Global recovers from his mental math, Flim Flam's eyes light up with an idea.
What are you thinking, Global? I mean, what are you thinking? Says Global?
He's talking to himself.
Here's what I'm feeling. While you're asking me, Global, I think you should get on the end of this very large stick I have, and then not ask any questions. Just hang on, and once we've reached the peak of the arc, you let go.
You're gonna fling him across.
Global thinks.
They don't call me Fling Flam for nothing.
Global considers this pun. Global is interested. He grabs the helmet and fastens it on his tiny little his gnome head.
It's too big for your head, so it falls.
It just sits on the top of the hat.
Yeah.
Indeed. And he holds on to the end of Flim Flam's stick for dear life. He says,
okay.
Ready.
Flim Flam, could you roll a strength check for me?
I sure can.
See how this turns out.
D10.
Plus
D20,
your
I mean.
plus or minus your strength modifier as well.
Okay, that's a 9. Plus my strength modifier, which is crap. I lost it.
I have it. Let's see here. Your strength modifier is 0.
Too bad.
Wait, but I'm a 4 foot tall fulcrum, and I'm holding it at the end. And we've established that this pole is taller than me.
Yeah.
That's like a 4.5 to 5 foot long pole.
I get that, but I don't think you have the strength to even lift it. I understand what you're saying, and I appreciate the science you're using. But here's what happens. Global is holding onto the pole, and you have it over your shoulder, and you go, all right, guys, ready? And nothing happens.
I guess it's better than straight up murdering Global.
Global does
lets
not
go at the time he would have if it had actually been swung at full strength. But since it didn't move, he just falls. But he's okay because he's wearing a helmet.
Yeah, he fell on his head, but it was fine. That's good.
Ow, says Global.
I would like to cause some mischief.
Please do.
I throw a stink bomb.
Where do you throw that?
No, she's got to roll
into
for
the
that.
hole.
Right
Yeah,
at your feet.
could you roll for that, Julia?
8.
Okay. It kind of lands at the edge of the it doesn't really hit them. It's just
Dang it.
out of range of them, but it is still at the edge of the platform. So if they go to jump over it or move past it, they're going to get a big old a whiff of stinky.
I feel
right in
like I
the
should be immune
nostrils.
to that at this point.
Heck yes.
Melody is kind of fed up that they're not destroying this challenge. So she grabs the cinder block, stands on top of it, and yells saltines and summons cockroaches in this room to fill up the hole so they can walk across.
Could you roll a d20 for that?
Yes. 17.
Frick me. Okay, you hear a rumbling again, and it's gonna take him a little while for all these cockroaches to mobilize and get there.
In the meantime, Globus suggests they eat some beef.
Yeah,
Some beef.
I had a long day. I've been talking for 6
Hey,
hours.
sometime can you season it with some of your herbs?
I would love to. Yes.
Please roll a d20.
Global says that sounds like a great idea.
Oh, well, no.
Roll a d20.
Wait, that's not a 20. That would be a 4.
4.
I got a 4.
Don't
Okay.
tell us what it does until we eat it, I think.
No, I think you need to know before you eat it.
We do?
Oh, we eat it.
Well, we wouldn't.
Oh no, yeah, you're right. Okay, yeah, you just
So he just grabs an herb. We don't know
yeah,
what.
yeah. You're right. You just season the beef.
Yeah. We all
We
just have a
say-
chow. We chat. We hang. We
Yeah, we
vibe.
say Papa Bless and
It
Monster.
tastes good. It tastes a little weird though.
Yeah, how does it taste?
It tastes like buttered popcorn.
How
yeah.
dare you?
It tastes like most of the food I eat.
I'm
Okay,
getting
so-
salty.
You eat this beef and you feel a little rumbling in your tummy. And the effect of this herb that is whoever is hit with this herb only moves in slow motion.
Oh.
Perfection. That's how I see
So
life
is it like
anyways.
full slow motion or is it just like a little bit slower than
You're just like pretty freaking slow.
But like magical slow motion where we like fall in slow motion and stuff
Yeah.
too.
Oh,
Oh, so-
definitely.
For sure. Okay. Well then
Who got hit?
Wait, that means
so
the
you're-
cockroaches come faster.
Yeah.
No, we just
after
go slower.
But our brains are going slower, so it looked like
no, you can still think in regular.
oh darn.
Yeah, you just
Regular
move
speed.
slower.
Oh shoot.
At this time, after you eat the beef, a bunch of freaking cockroaches burst onto the scene. They just
Global Recess goes.
okay, Gabs. What do you want these cockroaches to do?
Fill the hole.
Roll a d20 to see how successful they are.
3.
Yes,
Oh, dang it.
the cockroaches all jump to their death.
Melody!
Unfortunately, Flam had already sprinted to jump onto the cockroaches. But luckily,
Cockroach.
I only made it like half a foot in that time.
Yeah. You were too slow to get onto the cockroaches.
I was ready
So
though.
in the time that you needed to get onto the cockroaches, they've all popped over the side and have fallen to their demise.
There were no survivors.
Oh, man.
And that's the end of the cockroaches.
Oh man, that's rough.
Man, guys, I'll stick to mammals next time.
That wouldn't have made a difference.
The mammals would have jumped to their death as well.
Wait, what are the other objects we've got? I want to.
Beef.
I'm
Cinder
talking to the
block.
doll.
Have any more beef?
you ate the
Too
beef.
bad.
After we ate
Cinder
it.
block, sponge, helmet. You already used the helmet, right?
We still have it, I guess.
Okay, wait,
And
guys.
a doll.
Mm-hmm.
Melody gets an idea. She
What?
suggests that Global Recess enchants the doll
Ooh.
to do something with the hole. To fill it
Oh.
with
To
magic.
do
Recess
something.
examines the doll.
What?
Get on
Global Recess
the
looks
hole.
at the doll to see what it's like. He doesn't know what it looks like or what it.
It's just like a porcelain doll. I think.
Porcelain doll.
It has my
creepy.
face.
It has Julia Murphy's face.
No, it has
Oh, it has the Taskmaster.
Taskmaster's face.
Oh, that
It
makes
has
more
a
Does it
really
look like
long
the Taskmaster's
nose.
face, or is it your face? Like, is it like blinking and seeing?
No, it's a copy of me.
Okay,
It's
that
the
wasn't clear. I'm
Taskmaster
sorry.
in doll form. It's
I
got
get
a
it now.
really, really long nose and a bald head.
Yep. I remember.
Oh man, ugliest doll I've ever seen.
Global Reaper says, Melody, I'm not a wizard.
No, but enchant him with the music you do.
Oh,
I'll
Play
allow
us a
it.
ditty.
If you play us a good enough song, I'll allow it.
Global Recess gets a little self-conscious, but decides it's for the greater good to go for it. Global Recess wants to... No, he reaches into his bottomless instrument bag and pulls out an acoustic guitar.
Oh man, that's
Wow.
convenient.
He says, all right, Melody, all right, Flim Flam.
Okay.
I think I'm going to try to perform a song that'll enchant the doll and make it 20 feet tall. So then we can push it over and walk across it. Ready? All right, here goes nothing. 20-foot doll, I
Oh,
call you.
no.
20-foot doll, I want you to become
My doll.
tall. Become tall. 20-foot doll.
And that
That was
caused
beautiful.
I would like to throw a tomato.
Roll a d20
Roll-
to see what it's
You have
in.
to roll to see how effective the song was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll do that first. I really
Okay.
liked that, Jesse. So I'm gonna have you add 4 to whatever you roll because that song was really good.
That's
Awesome.
beautiful.
Thanks. All right.
Uh-oh.
What
Two.
happened there? It's a 2
That's
plus
a
4. It's a 6. The doll grows to be 5 feet tall.
Dang it! That's
No.
less than the 10-foot
can
thing we
stack
already
it.
have.
We can stack it with the 10-foot thing.
And also, Julia,
cinder
roll
block
a
on one
d20
end.
for your tomato.
Tomato
20.
No way.
Are you kidding me? What's wrong with you? Why would you do that?
The tomato flies with such force and smacks Global in the face, and it sends him flying back. He hits his head on the wall, but the helmet protects him.
Flim Flam sees this and thinks that if he threw the cinder block at Global with the same amount of force in the other direction, he doesn't say that out loud because that wouldn't go over well.
Global looks at Flim Flam and sees the gleam in his eye and is immediately worried.
Are you gonna try that? Are you gonna do it?
I said Blum Blum to fetch the cinder block because he's
You
not.
said
Are we still in
Flim
slow motion?
No, you're good now.
Oh, I still sent him because I'm a lazy butt.
Yeah, that's fine. Are you just gonna throw the cinder block at him? Because you're
No,
gonna.
I'm just gonna hold on to it for now and keep mulling over this.
We'll
idea.
see what happens.
Okay.
We'll see.
Global's getting desperate at this point. He says to Melody, Melody, you're pretty tall, and I'm like a foot tall. Are you able to just chuck me across the hole? It's not that far.
Absolutely. Melody stands on top of Land Drop and holds Flim Flam over her head like Simba and says
Wait, Flim Flam or Global Reset?
to Global. And
Wait, you're not even gonna football chuck me? You're gonna do like the soccer, like out of bounds throw?
soccer rugby vibe. She's got European roots, so.
It's gonna have to be a strength check, Melody.
Okay.
I'm just letting you know.
My strength is.
Is it like -2?
I think it's -2. -2.
Really? I thought you were stronger.
Strength is -1 for Melody.
Okay, but I still roll, right?
I'm putting my faith in you guys.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to
Alright,
do
alright.
this.
Roll the 1.
You rolled a 1?
A 1?
Wait, but that's so disastrous that.
That's
Oh no.
wait, you got 0
Gabrielle,
Yeah.
because you have -1.
are you telling me right now that you rolled a 0 on your strength check to hurl your ally across a pit? Okay. Here's what happens. You barely freaking pick him up, and your arms just crumple, and you just drop him, and Global, you start falling. Could you make a dexterity save roll plus your dexterity to see if you can grab onto the ledge?
Okay. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be really okay.
Your dexterity is +3.
It's a 9 plus 3 is a 12.
Yeah, okay, that does.
It's not abysmal.
No, that's. I think you hang on with one hand, but you're slipping pretty quick.
Uh-oh.
Melody, help!
I'm still thinking about
Global.
throwing this.
She knows that her strength is not as good as it should be, so she yells Cheez-Its, and she gets Lamb Chop, which is standing in the back. He's kind of freaked out, to come and like grab Global's hand with its mouth to pull it out.
Ow! Says Global as the lamb chomps on his hand.
Before you threw him, Lamb Chop was kind of screaming worriedly because he saw what had happened in the future. Roll a d20. Roll d20.
Right.
Just don't add anything to it.
20.
You
Are you
rolled a
kidding
20?
me?
I rolled a 20.
Now you rolled. Oh my God.
Lamb Chop gracefully grabs Global and flips him effortlessly onto his back and into a tender embrace.
That felt great.
It's adorable.
Lamb Chop's the freaking best.
Lamb Chop is the size of a baby elephant, canonically.
Can I throw another tomato at Global Recess?
Yes, you
What the
can. Roll a
freak,
d20,
dude?
please.
I'm already having a pretty bad time here. Both of my friends failed to chuck me over this thing.
I miss being immortal.
9.
Okay, it kind of like hits him in the boob.
Oh, dang it.
Wait. Flim Flam sees this and gets an idea.
Okay.
What if instead of throwing it at the cute little gnome that he keeps seeing in his vicinity, he throws it at the really terrifying monster
He doesn't even know my name.
across the passage, known as the Taskmaster? I'm just gonna chuck this in
He's
your
on the other
block.
side?
I support that.
No, he's over an intercom.
Yeah, he's not.
He's
I'm
not on
gonna
the
throw it
roof.
at the intercom.
Okay. Roll d20.
This
Alright.
was going to be like the highest roll you ever
Wait,
rolled.
you're
Yeah.
just
Like,
throwing
I'm
something at an
positive.
intercom?
I literally
I
rolled a
guess.
natural one.
You barely get it off the ground. It splats on the freaking ground.
Guys,
Oh.
why are you so weak today? What is happening?
Yeah, what's
Scream
going on with
Global.
you?
Too much herb beef.
Melody becomes full of rage.
Okay.
He decides to pick up Flim Flam and Global Recess and drop kick them across the hole
Wait, are you kicking us with both feet, or how does that work?
with both feet, like a Russian dance, like one.
Oh, like you're all in.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll roll.
Wait, so that's 2 separate kicks.
I rolled a 20.
Did you actually?
I did. For real.
Wait,
Who
who's
you-
you
who
throwing
you
first? She
kicking?
dropped me first.
I dropped Flim Flam first.
Okay, you kick him real hard, and he goes flying across.
Do I lose
The
health?
chasm.
Should I roll for this?
Roll plus Constitution to see if you, or Dexterity to see if you land on your feet. On the
All
other
right.
side.
I rolled a
Okay.
12.
No,
Oh,
not you, Melody. Flim Flam.
I got an 11 plus 2 dexterity, so that's a 13. That's
Okay, yeah, you
a
land.
stumble.
It's not like super graceful, but you land,
No.
and you're on the other side.
Get
That's
out
what it's
of
all
my
about.
side.
Now, can I roll for Global Recess?
Yeah.
11.
He is lighter though. That's half the weight. That's half.
Is that a 10 though? Because she has like -1.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 10.
Wait,
All right.
I
Here's
want to reach my stick out.
okay.
Oh,
Okay. I like that. You get halfway across Global, and you're kind of in the air, and you're losing inertia, and you're like, oh, frick. And time kind of slows down for a second. And Flim Flam reaches out his
His
great big stick.
5-foot stick.
Yeah,
which is
so
great.
it works out. Make a
Watch it.
dexterity save to see if you can grab onto this stick.
I'm just gonna die. Is my
You
feeling.
might.
What the freak? It's a 3. It's literally a 3.
Dexterity
What?
plus your
That's
dexterity.
great.
I don't know what that is.
It's plus
What's
3.
your
Your
stats?
dexterity's
Oh,
plus
6. That's good.
yeah, that's okay. That's pretty good.
That's
You-
good for me.
You like manage to like kind of like almost grip on, but you're again falling real fast, and you're in the same kind of situation.
Oh no.
And Flim Flam is just hanging onto this stick, and it's hanging down, and you are falling quick. What do you guys do?
I don't know how I made that with the 6. I climb up the stick hurriedly and get onto the other side.
Make a dexterity check
Okay.
again.
18.
You do it. You
Wow.
climb up
Turn
that.
around, baby.
It's like a pirouette.
You do it
off the
pretty
edge of
freaking
that.
well, and you like do a flip, and then you land.
That's amazing.
And both of you are on the other side. And now, Melody, you just have to get to the other side.
Melody
We
pulls
high
out-
five, turn around, and walk toward the other side of the room as champions.
I try to throw my stick at the intercom.
Melody is frustrated that they didn't to thank her. But she pulls out her bow and arrow and attaches a rope which she has in her belt. And
You had a rope in your belt this whole time.
What is wrong with you?
And you
Why was your first instinct to kick us across? What is wrong with you?
I'm not
Guys,
going to
we
allow that. I'm
we
not
all
going
ate
to allow
that
you
beef.
to.
I almost died.
her bow and arrow to the other side. And should I roll for that?
I'm vetoing that one. You
Sad.
don't have a rope.
Okay, I use lamb chops wool as rope.
Oh my god.
No, you,
Guys.
you can't just make rope.
What if we use some of the
You
time
just
slow
tear a
beef
wool
to
off a
put it on
lamb?
the arrow? Then she
What?
can just grab on.
What'd you say?
Shoot it and then grab on with the other hand. Let's go.
You'd have to roll the same thing again.
Okay.
You could use your herbs on inanimate objects, Josiah.
I can.
Yes.
Do you have any of that beef left over?
I think we ate
sure,
it all.
Sure, you have some beef.
Okay, never mind. We have
There's a
I'll-
little
I'll
bit in my
reckon.
pocket. I always
Yeah,
start
yeah.
some food for later.
It's some beef. It's not a specified amount, so.
Some
Yes.
herb-laden beef.
Not a specific amount of beef.
So we have some of the
It's
some beef.
just beef.
Oh, I have a sponge.
You do have a spot.
That's
I-
true.
I, as the taskmaster, have pulled out a speaker, and I am wanting to play Crazy Frog at full volume to annoy all of you.
I'm just gonna let you do that.
Okay,
You don't even
great.
have to roll. That's like an easy action. So
Bing,
Crazy
bing.
Frog is blaring right now.
Global recess.
Crazy frog.
What do you feel about
You
You
know
don't know
Crazy
Crazy Frog?
No.
It's a song.
Bing,
Oh,
bing.
that's
Axel
what
F.
Okay, Melody is starting to get worried because both of her teammates are on the other side and she's by herself.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't have a rope, but she thought she did.
Wait, you have that 10-foot thing, and I have a 5-foot pole.
Perfect.
We just have to slow its descent somehow, like with something that slows down objects.
Like an herb.
Herbs
Something
don't
like
work on
that. That'd be
inanimate
good.
objects.
Are you going to use an herb, Josiah?
I'm just gonna throw my beef
Where?
at the slab.
The seasoned beef?
The seasoned beef.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. You do it, and it makes contact, and on contact, the herbs kind of like, you see them twinkle a little bit, and the metal plate slowly falls. It's going in slow motion.
That works?
Yeah, dude. Don't
Global
worry
Reef
about
is
it.
infuriating.
Bro, welcome to my life.
So wait, the metal slab's falling on top of the hole?
Yeah, but it's still gonna pass right through, but it's going slowly.
All right, Melody quickly runs
Quickly.
and
Not
jumps
slowly.
on you, like jumps on it like the floor is lava kind of challenge. Like,
Yeah,
like use it to hop over.
yeah, I get what you're saying here. Roll d20 and then add dexterity, which is +3.
All right, I got a 12, so +3 is 15.
Yeah, you do it. And you hop to the other side, and you are all on the other side now. And then you hear the intercom, and you hear Toppy Hoffer go, "Did you guys like that? It's like, have you heard of Fantasy La Vida? It's like that. It's like one of those things.
Oh.
Like the team building exercises. You like those? Was that
You have
fun?
someone
Fantasy
throwing
Discovery.
tomatoes at you.
Yeah, we had Taskmaster throwing. Did you guys like that? Was that fun for you?
No.
No.
Okay,
I
well-
would like.
Recess is silent in anger.
I'd like to take a nap.
All right. Well, you still have one more challenge left, though.
What challenges come in sets of 2?
Sorry to tell you. Taskmasters does. So go to the next room and see your challenge.
I want to go in for a hug.
Protest.
Melody runs to the door and opens it.
Okay.
I'm
You
still
open
going in for that hug
you
though, so I
see
run after
behind
her.
the table is the Taskmaster is sitting behind a table, and on a table next to the Taskmaster is just a giant mountain of ingredients, like food ingredients. Like there's a freaking bunch of them. And would the Taskmaster like to explain the rules?
Yes. Just give me a second.
Global Recess has FOMO and goes into the room anyway.
Nice.
Okay. Each of you are required to make a food. And if the food you make is good enough, then you will pass through. And the Taskmaster is judge.
So just describe what you want to make and then roll to see how well you make it.
I would
Or,
just-
I don't know, do whatever you want.
Melody chooses to make toast.
You're making toast, Melody.
She rolls an 8.
All right, it's kind of burnt. It's kind of burnt, and the butter's like uneven. How do you present this toast to the Taskmaster?
I present it as a metaphor for life and how life is a journey, and sometimes they're mess ups, but they're really just happy accidents.
Trace, I just want to clarify. Did you mean present like philosophically or like on a plate?
On a plate, but also
I
like
thought
hype it
so
up.
Too. Just checking.
I expect
No,
a
I presented
PowerPoint.
it as art.
No, you hype up the food. Make it an event. You know.
Before you, slightly burnt toast. No, charred, grilled.
Oh.
It is a delicacy of my hometown, Inc. And it is what the rich say, delicious. Yep.
All right, Taskmaster, what do you think about that?
I'm offended that you slightly burnt this toast and that you didn't spend the time to make sure that it was on the right setting.
Oh, also, only 2 of you are required to have dishes that please the Taskmaster. and then
Oh,
all-
thank God.
Yeah.
That's a good
Yeah.
Well,
qualification.
Yo, Flim Flam steps up.
What does Flim Flam
He
make?
takes a dragon egg and he hard boils that sucker,
Okay.
but he sprinkles some herbs in there
Okay.
so they seep in.
What? Roll a d20, please.
All right, don't even worry about it.
no, I'm hungry.
I got an 11.
You got an 11.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty
So-
bad cooks.
Oh no.
All right.
Oh wait,
So
was
I
that for
take-
cooking or for the herb?
What?
Was that for the cooking or for the herb?
The cooking is a masterpiece.
No, that was for the herb. That was for
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So the effect of this herb.
Wait, no.
I don't even
We
think
should-
you know
we
it.
should hear this organically.
Yeah.
wanna
Also,
present
roll
this.
roll another d20 to find out how well you cook it.
Okay.
Your boy got a 4.
Oh my god, dude.
So it's a pretty sucky egg. And
Water isn't boiling. You drop the egg in anyway.
Can I give my like philosophical speech as well?
Yeah.
How do you present
You
this?
have limited time.
So, Taskmaster, can I call you the Tasky boy?
No.
Okay, so Tasky boy.
No.
This is just, if I may be so bold, this is flipping heck the sickest egg you'll ever eat. Mine by Forbish.
It's the sickest egg you'll ever eat.
Sickest, thickest egg.
Enjoy. Your taste buds will thank you.
Taskmaster eats the egg.
Oh. First of all, I'm a vegan sometimes, so I'm even more offended than by the toast that you would dare give me egg. Second of all, I feel ill, and I don't think I'm going to make it through.
And you see the light slowly leave from Taskmaster.
Did you kill the task?
Because the effect of the herb that you used was that the person who gets the herb gets poisoned. So you poisoned her food and she ingested it. So now she has died.
You just killed the Taskmaster! Dear God!
You killed the Taskmaster.
Flip Flap's been sheltered. He just sees it as she's really enjoying the meal, and now she's taking a nap.
And the intercom comes on, and you hear Tabioffer goes, Taskmaster? Are you Taskmaster? Are you there?
Although Global Recess was looking forward to making his world famous flam, he decides to stride triumphantly past the table and the dead Taskmaster to the other side of the room, knowing his team has accomplished their mission.
You open the door and Tabioffer is standing there, like, just dumbstruck, and like a single tear rolls down his eye.
I give him a knowing nod because we're friends.
You killed the Taskmaster. That wasn't the challenge. And I goes, I guess you got it through. I guess you passed. You can handle yourself. I mean, you didn't let the Taskmaster get the best of you. But I mean,
at what cost?
You guys can go on the mission, I guess.
I open my arms for a hug. I stand there expectantly.
And Tabioffer walks away because he's so dumbstruck that his friend and most trusted advisor has been
turned it into a high five. The melody.
And you guys just stand there with the body of the Taskmaster, listening to a weeping Tabioffer. And that's where we're gonna end tonight.
Oh my gosh!
You got it.
Killed it, dude.
You guys killed it.